All right, girls.
Oh, hi.
So your Nana sent you some outfits.
I'm not wearing mine right now, except for I'm wearing my top.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Mom is mending my skirt because it was a bit big. And she's mending my dress too. But I just have my boots. I'm just wearing my boots, my little socky things, and my top.
Okay. So girls, come here once. So what we're gonna do, you're all fashioned out for a trip to go foraging in the mud. Well, not exactly the mud.
Hopefully not.
But we just want to share 3 of the wild edibles that we're eating today. And we'll help you ID them. They might be in your area. Wild greens, of course, have more nutrition than anything we can buy at the store and are free for the taking. Not everybody can get out to harvest right now. You might not even be in a place where these are available. But, and you'll probably recognize all of these too. So this is not a huge obscure ID.
I'll point them out.
Yeah.
Some of them out.
But you can see some of the things we're adding to our diet, and it might help you to find some of your own.
Let's go.
Okay, what do we have here?
Dandelion.
All right. How do you girls ID dandelion?
Well, I did another one of these. We want to eat smaller ones than bigger ones because the bigger ones are bitter. I did a video before on how to identify these.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
So they're gonna kind of have a pinkish area, and if you look, okay, so when you can pick one and open the stem a bit.
Oh, there should be a little bit of
And if they're a little bit white, see how that's kind of whitish?
Yeah, I don't think our camera will show that.
Okay, but you're gonna see little white droplets or some white stuff.
Just a little teeny bit of that white milk. They're not copious milkers.
No, no.
And
even just when I break it, I can see it.
yeah,
and
they might be able to see there's a little bit here on the end of that. Yeah, but it has a lot of variation in leaf.
Yeah,
sometimes they're almost round. Like over here's one that's almost round, doesn't really have spikes. And then you've got these that are really deeply lobed. But most of us, we don't have to go deep into this ID because most of us know this. Dandelion has all kinds of fun, great uses. But right now, we're just picking these top leaves. And you said kind of the smaller, more tender ones, Liliana?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
the bigger ones, you'll just get more bitterness. Yeah.
And then we throw them into our horta, which is our wild steamed greens with some lemon if you have it.
That's when I identified these, didn't I, in our horta video?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit of salt. You can have them just plain
lemon,
too.
olive oil. Hey, look at here's some dock.
Okay. Liliana has found some dock. Oh, a spider. Tiny little spider.
Oh, it's a bug.
So dock has this characteristic redness in it. And
it looks exactly like, what's it called? Those big stems.
Yeah. See when there's these creases? So Sam Thayer, our wild edible guru, taught us that when you see those creases in there, it means it's probably still young enough to eat and enjoy. This gets pretty, well, it gets
mucilaginous.
Pretty.
So don't collect a lot to put in your horta.
Well, I was going to say when it gets big, it gets more bitter and firm. But you're right, when it's young, so if we get in here, oh, look at another creature. So Mirabelle was pointing out when it's young, there is a slime in here. It's another way to identify it. And these young leaves, the slimy ones, they are great. That's the really nice tender ones actually. And so you can pick a whole bunch of those leaves and add those to your horta.
Say something about it being mucilaginous.
Just some people don't like that. Let's quick show a different variety. So look at this, has a very different leaf shape.
Oh, by the way, that one was curly dock.
That one back there I think was bitter dock, and this one I think is curly dock. See those really curled leaves that they name it for? And again, you can see that characteristic red. Here's those creases, and there's that, probably, maybe you can see that slime down there.
Yeah.
Super slimy.
Is it? Okay, this is not. Bonus point.
Bonus. Okay, we weren't going to include this one, but Liliana really wants to show you.
Virginia waterleaf.
Virginia waterleaf.
Why do they call it waterleaf? another way to identify it. It's nice because of its name, so it reminds you. You can look here, and it looks, from far away at least, like there's a bunch of little tiny water dewdrops.
Oh, so you think of those little white things as little dewdrops in there. I see what you're saying.
I wish you could feel it. Virginia, it's very soft.
It's very soft,
you get
isn't it?
Virginia water leaf.
Water leaf, yeah. And we'll show a couple other examples of this. There's one other plant in our area that looks like it, but is also edible. We have this grooved stem where you could slide right down that stem, and you can see what the leaves look like here, and those little watermarks. It doesn't always have those watermarks on it.
Sometimes there's just one or two.
Yeah, but in general you'll see those if you look at
on this one.
a larger sampling.
There's zero water on this one.
These guys are all pickable. It'll get bigger and bigger and a little bit more, less tender. But these nice ones, they still have a little purple cast to them. They're really tender.
Why don't we go to Nettle?
Let's do nettle. Okay, what do we have here? Nettle. Wow, what a beautiful plant.
How do you not sting yourself when you do that?
Well, you make friends with them. I don't know how to explain it. Once you become friends with nettle, it doesn't sting you in the same way. Right now, these actually have a decent sting, don't they? You've been stung by them already in the spring? Mom has?
I got one the other day.
Yeah. Now you can...
Which way should I touch a leaf?
I'll show you. So if I run my fingers downwards and I'm not friends with them, they're going to sting me. So what I want to do is start down below and pick upwards. So the angle of those stingers makes it so that if I'm picking upwards, I'm not going to get stung in the same way. But literally, if you make friends with them, they won't sting you. It's just magical.
What about on the leaf? How should I touch a leaf?
So the leaf only has some stingers on the bottom, so the top is fine. And again, if I'm going to pick the leaf, I'm going to pick it in this direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can see those little spikies on there.
If you hold it, can I run my hand up that way? Upward,
yeah, you probably can. If you run your finger in that direction, you'll probably be fine.
How do I grab on first without poking myself?
I'll hold it for you.
Oh, wow. It didn't even touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels soft.
Yeah. So these are just powerhouses of nutrition.
But I'm kind of nervous to pick one.
When you, well, we'll try it out here. You can give it a shot. Yeah, give it a shot.
Did it sting
when you take it home, then you just throw it, you steam it in your horta or put it in some soup, and the heat will neutralize. Not only it just wilts the little hypodermic, but it takes the poison and neutralizes it.
Does it hurt really bad when you get stung?
No.
I've gotten stung before yesterday and it didn't feel too bad. Which one should I pick? I want a tiny lone one.
Go for it, Lily. Did you get it?
Yep.
Way to go. Nice.
I'm gonna go for this one.
You can try that one? Yeah, it's good to start with a lone one out there.
How do I not get stung by the leaves? That's what I'm worried about.
Remember, just kind of go upward.
I know, but how do I, when I'm doing this, I'm gonna touch the leaf.
Yeah, you'll touch it. Just have an upward motion in general. Pinch it. And pinch it off with your fingers. Ta-da! Ready for horta! Here's our final one today. This is watercress. This is in the mustard family. And we've been harvesting from the edges. You might be able to tell. If you're familiar with watercress harvesting, you'll see those telltale marks. This always is going to grow in water, moving water. So this is a spring here, and it comes out, and there's these lovely, lovely plants. There's the characteristic mustard leaf with the smaller little leaves on the side. Often it grows in great abundance. Now to harvest this, there's a parasite called a liver fluke that is more prevalent in Europe than here in the US, but still something that we need to think about a little bit.
One moment. I wish that this grew on land so you could just, wouldn't it be nice to lay in it?
Oh,
I just wish
doesn't it look soft?
Walk on this. Yeah.
It looks so soft and just, and it is.
feel it.
So
Dad.
this, it's one of my favorites. It's really peppery, full of nutrition, lots of vitamin K. So to get this more safely and just to make it easier to clean, we're going to grab it, just lift a little bit, and then run a knife right at water level and take that top off. That's going to make it easier to clean because there's often going to be a lot of snails and other little critters that are attached to this. And you can pinch it off with your fingers like Lily's doing, but you can harvest mass quantities if you use that lift and then slice across with your knife technique. This right now, we are just, because of that liver fluke concern, we are boiling or hortaing all of our watercress. Makes a delicious soup if you blend it up. And we're eating a lot of it right now, I would say. Actually, a lot of it.
Yeah.
There, right there, you can see. Right up there, you might see. Yeah. Dock all along there. So a lot of these grow in association with each other.
Okay. This.
Okay. You've got a good harvest there,
that
Liliana. Okay, that ended up being more than 3. We get pretty exciting about our foraging, I have to say.
Yeah.
So what we want to know from you is what you're foraging right now, if you have any access to foraging. Of course, this is a question that you can ask all the time because it changes throughout the year.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites? What are you adding to your meals? Yum, girls. Should we take this home? And actually get some more and then add this to dinner.
Let's make horta with dinner.
Whoa.
Let's.
All right, love to you all, and we will talk with you in the comments and see you tomorrow.